นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะวันนี้เป็นวันอังคารที่10พฤศจิกายน2558เป็นวันพระใหญ่แรม15ค่ำแรมเดือนขาดใช่ไหมคะวันนี้เดือนขาดแรม14ค่ำเดือน11 started with Pali. Pali is a very strange language. It does not have its own script. Theravada Buddhism, the teaching of Theravada Buddhism is recorded in Pali, but Pali doesn't have its own script. So you have Pali Thai script, Pali Burmese script, Pali Sinhalese script. And then when the Western people start getting interested in Pali, then you have Pali Romanized. Now, a group of English scholars who went to Sri Lanka to study Pali. They went to Sri Lanka to study Pali. And now they start translating. So they have Pali Romanized script. And then they form themselves together, not more than 5. Rice Davids, husband and wife, and I.B. Honda, and some others. They started forming what you call Pali Text Society in England. So that's where they started publishing Buddhist texts from England. That was the first time when the Buddhist teachings start coming out to the West. And our King Rama V, he was quite liberal and quite modern. He understood the importance of publishing Buddhist texts in English version. He supported the publication. The very first publication of Buddhist texts was supported by King Rama V. Then I narrowed down coming to these scholars. They were so important scholars from England of that time. If you study about the history of Buddhism and you get stuck somewhere, you have to refer back to Pali Text Society, ask them their opinion. In my own private study, I studied about Kapilavastu, and I studied about the relics of the Buddha discovered in Kapilavastu. I also read that during the time when they were searching about this Kapilavastu, they also referred to Rice Davids. So we are talking about, we could say, the founders, no? the co-founders of scholars who were very interested in Pali as a language and in Buddhism. So we have such really great, we have to feel great gratitude towards these four-founders and forefather and foremother, also the mother, to prepare the material for us to study now. So Pali Text Society is a key word, and they get together and they brought out series of texts. The first one is SBB, Sacred Book of the Buddhists. This is focused only in Buddhism. And then they have another set which is called Sacred Book of the East. That includes Jainism, that includes Brahmanism, that includes Hinduism. So in our library, we are very rich with these texts, and we have to be grateful to them. Now this Pali scholar, particularly I.B. Honda, because she's a woman, she has her way of looking at the text, her way of reading the text in a different manner. Her book, which is called Women in Primitive Buddhism. When I read that book, I really understood Buddhism, yet in another way that I did not think about it before. So I would say that this book is turned me on. It's the very first book that really turned me on to really appreciate the teaching of the Buddha in the true meaning. Because Buddhist text, as it has been handed down to us, you have to remember the way it was recorded. It was all through mail, all by monks. So they pick up the interest, only those which were of their interest. Now they talk about what you call objective. You hope that there will be objective in this study. Even in the Buddhist text, it is not objective. It is subjective because it is subjected to the person who is actually collecting the material. And the very early set of material that was recorded in Buddhism went as way back about 450 years after the Buddhas died. After the Buddha dead, So you see that many things went in there, interpolation, whatever. But yet we respect it as a sacred book for us. I.B. Honda, I would say, is the first one who start looking at it and start questioning it, start unveiling it, start noticing it from another angle. So it is one of the books that I thought would be very enriching for us, for the bhikkhunis, but they are not interested. So we will just form a small class, a small group of those who are interested, and we will be reading together. Starting maybe on Saturday or something, we have to look in the calendar, which is the best day for us. And maybe we meet once a week, and if we see that it's really interesting, shall we meet twice a week? So it's impromptu, up to the students in class. So we will be reading together. So and I hope someone, Ajahn Somrit, this is a male professor, he's very interested, and he bought the book from India. But he has not yet started it. But we downloaded it from internet. So you can download it in internet and you can read that. Women in Primitive Buddhism by I.B. Honda. A big book, no? But we will go slowly, and I hope as we go along, we will be discovering and rediscovering ourselves. We will be discovering and rediscovering ourselves. ในการอ่านเนี่ยนะคะเราจะอ่านด้วยกันในการอ่านหนังสือเล่มนี้หลวงแม่หวังว่าเราจะได้ค้นพบตัวเราเองนะคะค้นพบตัวเราเองในการทำความเข้าใจกับเนื้อหาของพุทธศาสนาจากแง่มุมของนักวิชาการที่เขาได้อ่านเขาได้แปลพระไตรปิฎกออกมาก่อนหน้าภาษาไทยนะอย่าลืมว่าภาษาไทยไม่เสร็จจนกระทั่งปี 2500 นะอันนี้เขาสมัยรัชกาลที่ 5 นะคะเพราะฉะนั้นพระไตรปิฎกฉบับภาษาอังกฤษเนี่ยนะคะออกมาก่อนฉบับภาษาไทยและพระไตรปิฎกฉบับภาษาอังกฤษเนี่ยทำโดยนักวิชาการกลุ่มนี้นะคะเราจึงให้ความสนใจเป็นพิเศษ So as a group of monastics, we also still are interested in a scholarly way, in a scholarly material that we can share with others. They have already studied for us. Why should we have to go through the trouble of digging the soil again? They have already dug the soil. They have already planted such a beautiful tree. So why don't we enjoy from the tree that has already been planted by them? So that's what we intend to do in the next. Maybe we'll have 2-3 weeks before the ordination is coming on the 5th of December. So we'll have another group about 34 candidates who will be ordained on the 5th, and they will stay with us for 9 days. Before they return again to their life. Many of them are working women, so they cannot stay long. They will stay with us for 9 days. And then immediately after that, we will be going to India to pay respect to the Buddha and actually to visit. For some of us, visit for the first time, and for some of us, revisited many times. But every time that we go to India, it's always a fresh experience. For me, I think I have already made maybe 70 trips, 70. But still, going to India is always a fresh experience. It's always a fresh experience. นะคะหลวงแม่บอกว่าหลวงแม่อาจจะไปอินเดียมาสัก70 ครั้งได้แล้วมั้งแต่ว่า ทุกครั้งเป็นประสบการณ์สดและใหม่ขึ้นอยู่กับใครขึ้นอยู่กับตัวเราใช่ไหมคะถ้าหากว่าเราเห็นอะไรแล้วบอกอย่างเงี้ยเคยเห็นมาก่อนแล้วดูจริงๆมันไม่เหมือนนะดูจริงๆมันไม่เหมือนนะคะมันมีอะไรแปลกใหม่มันมีอะไรที่เราจะซึมซับสำหรับบางคนที่ก็บอกก็ไม่เห็นน่าจะสนใจเลยเรื่องนี้ไม่น่าจะสนใจนั่นเป็นเพราะว่าเราไม่ได้เปิดใจเรานะเปิดใจเรารับที่จะรับความรู้ที่มันสดที่มันแปลกที่มันใหม่ไปมากี่ครั้งแล้วไปครั้งเดียวใช่ไหมคะที่ไปเจอกันตอนนั้นที่หนาวจัดใช่ไหมคะรับรองครั้งนี้ไม่เหมือนรับรองครั้งใหม่นี้จะไม่เหมือนนะคะ She went to India one time I said I guarantee that this time we are going together it will be different it will be different because for me it's different it's always different and it's always a blessing to be able to be there again you know every time it's always different it's always different so join us for lunch. After this, we will say thanks to those who offered whatever, and then we'll move on to the other building. โมทนาสาธุค่ะ